9th, 1979, and I'm here on an empty lot at a busy street corner for the anti-Iranian rally today. With me here today is Jon Lewis, rally leader for the anti-Iranian cause. He is going to explain to us the reasoning behind these protests.
Nice to meet you. My name is Roy Stevenson, and as I mentioned before, I'm the head rally leader for this anti-Iranian.
I'm sure that many people, including me, are wondering why you and all these people have gathered here today to protest the presence of people of Iranian descent. Why do you feel the need to protest against harmless groups of people, and why did you target this specific minority group?
Me, along with these good people that have peacefully assembled to show light to a common problem that is plaguing our nation. The problem of presence of Iranians in our pure nation. Others need to see what damage these people have done to our great society.
Thank you for your time, good sir. Thank you for having the patience to answer my questions. I'm sure you are a busy man. I have more people to interview, however. I'm still here at the rally grounds. With me here today is a man here to explain his views on the protest occurring on this odd fall day.
Hello, my name is Amir Dalir. I'm an American-born Iranian. My parents are originally from Iran, but they immigrated to give a better life to my brothers and I. This protest is very unfair to others like us. The Iranian hostage crisis is just one example of wrongdoing in Iran. It does not mean that all Iranians are evil terrorists.
It is unfortunate that people are creating judgments and unfair stipulations about the entire Iranian population just because of one grievous event. Have you seen any racism or experienced any hatred towards Iranians?
Unfortunately, yes. My family owns a small shop a little ways down that way, actually. This morning when we went to open up for the day, we were shocked to find all the windows broken and the side of our store vandalized.
Get out of here.
Then, with all anti-Iranian slurs, I was more hurt than anything. I just don't see anything, the reasoning behind attacking an innocent family. I am beyond scared for what they might do to my family if we are caught. I do not want my family to suffer no more. My parents came here to be liberated, not to be denied justice and treated like dirt.
I'm very sorry, sir. If I were you, I would stay clear of this area until the protest is over. Some folks aren't too fond of peace down here. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I hope you and your family stay safe.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
I am now here with Brian Young, a member of the rally. What are you doing out here?
I'm here to push for the removal of all Iranians from our country.
Why do you feel such hate against the Iranians?
The hostage situation has gotten real bad, and someone has to teach those stupid Iranians whose country they're in. They're in the heartland, and I don't think they're worthy of the privileges that the U.S. has to offer.
Those are very strong opinions, Mr. Young. Do you wish to elaborate on why you feel this way?
Gladly. The fact that all these terrorists are just living among us and just waiting to tear us apart is what angers me. All these Iranians seem innocent, but just look at what's going on in Iran. Innocent students are being taken hostage, and those terrorists are taking advantage of American softness. We need to give them a taste of their own medicine. Take all the Iranians hostage and see how they like it.
Thank you for your time, sir. Have a good day.
Glad to share the truth with a fellow American.
I'm glad to listen, sir. Have a good day, and good luck on your protest today.
As you can see, the American backlash was immense. A group of students, under the guise of peaceful protest, took over the United States Embassy in Tehran. Immediately, Americans started lashing out at everyone of Middle Eastern descent, using signs like "Deport all Iranians" and "Go home, camel jockeys." Hundreds of thousands of Americans peacefully assembled to let their opinion be heard. Jimmy Carter, the president at the time, was met with much hostility when an elite paramilitary unit failed to rescue 66 hostages. Carter's popularity plunged to 20%, even lower than Nixon during the infamous Watergate scandal. Carter would lose the 2019 presidential election to Ronald Reagan. Next, I want to show a news broadcast about the events in Iran.
The special report that we planned to bring you tonight was about domestic politics, the battle among the Democrats. But we think the crisis in Iran is more urgent right now than the campaign here at home. Some 60 Americans, including our fellow citizen whom you just saw bound and blindfolded, are now beginning their 6th day of captivity inside the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. It's Friday morning there now, but throughout this night in Washington, officials will continue their search for some way to negotiate the hostages' freedom. That search was not successful today. In this broadcast, we'll have reports on the diplomatic efforts to resolve the problem and on other aspects of the crisis as well. But we begin now with an on-the-scene account by the one American television correspondent who has been there since the beginning, the seizure of the embassy last Sunday, and who, with his crew, has provided us with outstanding coverage all this week. Here is Bob Dyke in Tehran.
This picture tells it all. This flag was apparently taken from someone's office inside the United States Embassy. It was burned Tuesday evening outside the embassy's gates. To the Iranian demonstrators who set fire to it, this was a symbol of victory. 2 days earlier, several hundred young people, mainly students at Tehran University, had taken over the embassy. We are not occupiers, they said. We have thrown out the occupiers. But instead of chasing all the Americans out of the compound, the Iranians imprisoned them in a building somewhere on these grounds. They have been hostages ever since. This morning, for the first time since the hostages were put under lock and key, one of the captives, blindfolded, was brought out into the open.
He is Harry Rosen, the embassy's press attaché.
He was turned to face reporters and cameramen and several hundred Iranian demonstrators outside the embassy's gates. "Yankee, go home," they cried, but they made no attempt to harm him. Eventually, he was led back to join the other captives who have been kept out of sight.
It's all off, bro.
Is that a blooper?
No, this is my story now. This is through the viewpoint of me.
Right, go ahead. Right, go ahead. Is this a blooper? Hey, is this a blooper?
First blooper.
Bro.
Why did we put this in the
Imagine,
video?
imagine at the end, bro.
This could just be-
Matt's gonna
this
be
could
so
just-
pissed, bro.
And we're just like, it's a blooper!